Hey guys! Welcome back! Now as you will notice with the title of this video, this is going to be quite a new thing that I will be doing for my channel. Basically, I just wanted a way to share with you guys the things that I love that are not only related to travel. Now a lot of YouTubers actually do this for every month, but so as not to overwhelm myself, I'm just going to do it for every quarter. Now obviously it's not the first quarter yet of the year, but let's just think of this as episode 0, an introductory video. But yeah, before I continue rambling on, let's just get started. So for my first favorite for the category of travel is Priority Pass. This is basically an exclusive airport lounge access that gives you entry to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. So in a nutshell, if you have this card, you will get to experience VIP treatment no matter the airline that you're flying in or no matter the class that you are on. Being a frequent traveler, this is one of the most useful things that I have discovered. Besides, I know you guys can relate to the typical problems that we usually encounter when we travel abroad. Like for example, if you have a long layover, it is such a pain to look for a decent Wi-Fi connection or a nice place to just rest in while you wait for your next flight. Obviously, you can eradicate those problems by just buying a business class or first class ticket, but not all of us can afford that. And even if some airport lounges accept just about anyone as long as you pay money, usually that amount is just too hefty of a price. So this is where Priority Pass comes in. Most of the time you can get this card through your credit card company. Just inquire with them and ask if this comes along with their benefits, because usually it is. Otherwise, if you don't have that, getting a Priority Pass can happen by just paying for a membership fee. Since I traveled so much, I got the Prestige plan from Priority Pass, which basically gives me unlimited access to all the airport lounges that they have or that they have partnered with. And if you want to know what plan is worth it for the kind of travel that you will be doing for the rest of the year, you can read the article that I wrote in this link above. Also, the entry to the lounges are quite hassle-free. You just need to show your Priority Pass ID or digital card, and then that's it. All in all, Priority Pass is just such a huge lifesaver for me. Because of it, the way that I travel has drastically changed. Like before, I used to be so stressed and so haggard by the end of it all, but because I have Priority Pass, I'm usually just so refreshed. Because of course, in airport lounges, you will not only enjoy buffet food, comfortable chairs, sometimes even rooms where you can sleep in, and then of course there are the showers, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, Priority Pass can either come free with your credit card or it's something that you need to pay for, but the way I see it, it's just so worth it. For quite a while now, other than my desire to polish up on my knowledge of the Dutch language, I have also been trying to learn Japanese. I've gone through a lot of language apps for years now, and I haven't really quite found that one app that will inspire me to continue with the lessons until I discovered this app called as Drops. The thing is, when you're trying to learn a new language, it helps to make a habit out of it every day. And with Drops, it entices me to do that because it has lessons that are designed like fun games. It also makes use of mnemonic images that are more modern than the previous apps that I've used. Now, Drops can be used for free for 5 minutes a day. Of course, you can pay for it to get more unlimited use out of it. Otherwise, 5 minutes is quite a good number to work on as a start. And also, you can set an alarm so that you can maintain the habit of learning new words every day. Moreover, if you're like me who wants to learn Japanese without the need to go through all the Japanese characters of hiragana or all those other things, Drops is a great app for it because you can turn off the option of learning the characters so that you can just focus on the Japanese vocabulary. For this year, thanks to my friend Kyla of rainbowholic.tv, I got sucked into the world of journaling. Actually, I've been meaning to start this for quite some time now, especially after I bought all the stationery items back when I was in Japan, but I never really had the time until this year. Of course, there are a lot of apps out there that will help keep me on track on the things that I need to do, but I remember that keeping a journal or basically a planner really helped me a lot in being on top of things. Truth be told, I've been using planners and journals ever since I was in college, but it kind of stopped when I started working. And I wanted to get back into that hobby, not only because it's an enjoyable thing to do and that it's a great way for me to resurface the artistic side of me, but also because it's a really helpful tool in keeping me organized. It also helps me a lot in matters of goal tracking and scheduling, so this is something that I'm really excited to start on. And aside from the current stationery items that I have, I went ahead and bought some more stuff. I think when that shipment arrives, I will probably do a shopping haul kind of video so that I will show you the supplies that I got as well as the the kind of planning that I will do for the rest of the year. So if you guys have any tips for me regarding journaling or maintaining a planner, please leave some comments below because I'd love to read more about it. I think the AI technology of Facebook has gone through all of my history and found the fact that I love anything related to Japan. So for the past weeks, they have been showing me these annoying ads over and over again of things or shops that are related to Japan. And one day there was this one ad that caught my eye, and it is called a Tokyo Treat. It is basically a subscription box for Japanese snacks and drinks, and since I'm a sucker for that, I went ahead and bought a plan for 3 months. So yeah, in a way, those annoying ads work because I gave in. And this is how those boxes look like. This is the subscription box that I got for December, and I also have the January box over there in my living room. I will probably do an unboxing video for this. Anyway, I really love these boxes, especially because they send a lot of different things. They not only send the typical items that you will usually find when you go shopping for food in Japan, but they also send you things that you will most likely not find if you're not a local. Also, it's a great way to stock up your fridge or your food storage with Japanese snacks if you can't go to Japan just yet. Now for this category, if you've already watched my Vlogmas video, you will see how I have already featured this product. But yeah, I have really come to love this Innisfree toner. It's the Jeju Volcanic Pore Toner. Basically, I have really oily skin, and for years now, I have had some difficulty in managing my skin, especially because sometimes acne just breaks out, especially on this part of my face, and it is only this toner that helps fix that problem. Now, this is manufactured in Korea, and as it helps control the excessive sebum on your face, I've seen some people express their concerns that maybe it's too drying, but I found that to not be the case. I mean, of course, it helps control the oiliness of my skin, but in a sense, it still retains the proper moisture. And my sister, who has normal skin, who also got to try this product, has also found that this one is quite good. Before, I had difficulties buying this product because there wasn't an Innisfree store here in the Philippines, so I was buying it online and shipped here internationally. But yeah, recently there has been a new store here in Manila for Innisfree. But anyway, if you're not from the Philippines, you can basically buy this in stores like Amazon. The bottom line is, if you have the same problems like me, come on and give this little guy a try. Now for this particular category, I'm going to talk about dental health. For months now, if you guys have been following my social media or just basically some of my videos, you will know that I have been wearing braces. I gotta admit, for some time, I have been shying away from the suggestions of my dentist to take on braces so as to finally fix my teeth because I have been quite vain. I didn't really like the idea of wearing metal braces, but then of course, thanks to Dental World Manila, they have shown me that I can take on these clear braces. So basically in photos, even portrait ones, my braces are not noticeable at all. And I gotta admit, in a sense, I've been kind of attached to these braces now. I only have a few months left until this is taken away. With that said, if you guys are like me and you have some problems with the alignment of your teeth, but do not want to be inconvenienced in terms of vanity, clear braces is one solution for you. Otherwise, there's also another option which is called as Invisalign, but it's a lot more expensive. And if you're looking for a good dentist, I'm highly recommending Dental World Manila. I am very pleased with the service that they have given me, and they are always guiding me every step of the way. I love reading books, but for the past year, since I've been so busy with my travels, I didn't get to read as much as I would have loved to. But thankfully, I managed to finish some books, and one of them that I have really come to love is this book called The Sapiens. This was written by Yuval Noah Harari. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, it was first published in Hebrew in Israel back in 2011, but it has been republished into English back in 2014. Now, this is a really long book, and honestly, it took me a while to finish it. In fact, there was one point that I just stopped reading it because it got too overwhelming in a way. But anyhow, I managed to finish it. That's the main point, and I'm glad that I did because it's a really amazing book. Anyway, this is a very popular book, and for good reason. After all, I learned a lot of things. You see, as the title implies, this is a book that discusses topics about us as a species. And the thing that I love about it is that it discusses complex topics in a more understandable way, so that it's something that you can easily grasp. I mean, there were so many moments while I was reading the book that I was like, oh wow, that's how it works. I mean, that's how it is. So yeah, I think you guys will also have a lot of fun going through this book as you learn a lot of things along the way. Besides, this book really filled me with so much wonder as I thought about how far we've come and to where we're probably heading. So it's quite an interesting read, and I hope you guys will give it a try and let me know how it worked for you. Now for this entertainment category, it will basically cover music, shows, and movies. But for this first favorites episode, I will be sharing with you my favorite show, which is Black Mirror. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of this famous show from Netflix, and it has been running for quite some time now, and I have been watching it for quite some time too. But I just feel the need to mention this for my favorites video because I just really love this show. I just love how they portray satirical stories of modern issues or technological issues that we have probably thought of at one point in our lives. I mean, there are episodes that are a bit of a flop sometimes, but for the most part, almost all of them are really good. And it's actually quite hard for me to think of a favorite because, like I said, almost all of the episodes are so good. But on the top of my head, I think I really like the episodes of San Junipero, USS Callister, Be Right Back, White Christmas, Black Museum, and so much more. And the great thing about this is that if you're new to the show, you can just pick an episode to watch. You don't really have to follow the set seasons because every story stands alone by itself. So yeah, if you're into this kind of show that is somewhat philosophical or tackling things of future dystopias or something like that, I think this is the show for you. Otherwise, just give it a try and let me know. Now, this is the final category of my quarterly favorites, and it is an interest of mine for a long time now. In case you guys don't know, anime is the term that is used to refer to Japanese animations. Manga is for the graphic novels or comics from Japan as well, and then webtoons are for the digital comics that have actually originated first from South Korea. Now, there is a big misconception that these things are only geared towards children because that is not true. A lot of the materials are actually directed towards adults as well. In fact, a lot of these materials have either been spinned off into Hollywood movies or have been inspiration for a lot of the famous entertainment shows that have been popping up in the past years. Now, there are a lot of old and new anime shows, manga, and webtoons that I really love and which I would love to share with you guys, but obviously that will take up too much time in this video. So instead, what I'm just going to do for this first episode is that I'm going to share with you more recent materials that I have come to love. So first up, for anime, I have come to love the new show called as Violet Evergarden. It basically follows the story of Violet as she tries to reintegrate back into society after being a soldier in the recent war in the story. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but the episodes will basically make you follow her daily life as she works in this postal office. And yeah, Violet is a very unique person, and you will see that when you watch the show, which is actually also available in Netflix. Now, other than the story, I just really love the graphics that they use for the show. It's just so cinematic. And also, there's this one episode that really tugged my heartstrings. I was like bawling my eyes out. And actually, there's a friend of mine who watched this show as well, and I always kept teasing him, calling him as someone who is dead inside because I've never seen him cry in any movie or show, or that he rarely cries at all. But when he watched this certain episode, he was basically bawling his eyes out as well. He just really loved the story too, that he ended up writing his first IMDb review because it was just that good. So yeah, I would really love it if you guys would try this show as well, and let me know if you reached that certain episode. I'm not gonna tell you what episode it was so that you'll be surprised, but yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do watch it. Meanwhile, for manga, it will be this story titled as The Promised Neverland. Now, it's quite difficult for me to share with you a detailed summary of this story without spoiling you, but anyway, it will basically revolve around the lives of these orphan children. But don't worry, the review won't take too long because it will already be discussed in the first chapter. And I bet that after going through the first few pages of the manga, you will already have an idea of what's going on, probably. But I just like the way that the author did that twist or reveal. But yeah, this manga has been so popular that it has been turned into an anime show as well. And the first 2 episodes are actually out by now. Moreover, if you guys are familiar with the other Japanese works titled as Shingeki no Kyojin and Made in Abyss, then this Promised Neverland is kind of like a mishmash of the two. Lastly, for webtoons, I love this series called as It's already completed, so you can read it all in one go on the app called Webtoons. So what is the story about? Well, once again, I don't want to spoil you, so the best that I can say is that it is a story that revolves around Seon-jin and his father. I know, it's probably not enough to pick your interest, but I promise you, once you read the first chapter, you will find yourself glued to it, page by page, because you really just need to know what will happen next. So yeah, to give you guys more of a clue, the genre of this webtoon is thriller or suspense. Maybe a bit of horror, but maybe not so. Definitely thriller. Anyhow, the art is also unique, dialogue is perfect, story is amazing. So I hope you guys give this a try too. Now that I'm done with this category, I'm still unsure if in the future videos I will do it one by one. Like, I mean, if I feature my favorite for each subcategory, like anime, manga, and webtoon, because I might just feature the topmost material that I really love under this umbrella category or something. Let me know what you guys would prefer, otherwise I will just wing it as I go. And that's it for now on all of my favorites. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I hope you would hit the like button below. Otherwise, I would love to hear from you on what your favorites are by leaving a comment in the comment section below. After all, I love hearing back from you guys, and I also try my best to respond to everyone. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!